What's going on, guys? It's your boy Kev here, back with another video. Tonight we're doing some more NBA prize picks. Guys, if you hear a little noise in the background, just ignore it. That's that New England weather. Unfortunately, we're supposed to get a ton of snow tonight, so hopefully I'm not spending my entire Tuesday shoveling. But yeah, let's get into these prize picks. So if you guys are new to the channel or new to Prize Picks is essentially a daily fantasy sports platform where instead of picking players, you pick the overs and unders on the point projections of players. So if you guys look over here, we got Vooch at 45. I can either take the over or under of 45, and I can pair that with another player like Kawhi for the over, and I can do that 2, 3, 4, or 5 times. It's pretty cool, and my favorite feature that I always talk to you guys about is that you can actually do this through different sports. So I can take the over on Vooch, like I just said, and go down to my current wide receiver in football. You guys might not know this. Is it AB? Is it Godwin? Is it Tyreek? Nope, Mike Evans. Mike Evans is my favorite current receiver in football. Just love that man. Just hit that six-time 1,000-yard or 7, whatever it was. So he's an absolute unit. But I can take the over on him. I can take the over on someone else, under someone else, and I can pair that through the different sports. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Obviously, the more risk you have, more reward. It's kind of like a parlay in that aspect, but I really love the fact you can do that. Guys, if you do sign up for Prize Picks, please use code DGF. It really helps us, really supports the channel. As I tell you guys every single time, we do see when you do use our code. So, we definitely recognize your support and appreciate that. And as I tell you guys every time, if you use our code, you get your promo where deposits get matched up to 100%, for 100% up to $100. So that's pretty crazy that they'll give you a bonus, essentially $100 if you put 100 in. So why not do the full amount? But I don't get paid more to tell you guys that. I just, want to give you guys some free money. But let's get right into these Prize Picks videos, or this Prize Picks, and right now we're looking at Siakam at my, you guys know I absolutely love Pascal. He's one of the guys on my team this year in my season long. That being said, he's kind of been hit or miss, but I will actually take the over at 38. I think it's pretty accurate, to be honest. I mean, wholeheartedly, he's been right around that all year, but he has cleared in both of his last 2 games in the last 3 or 4. So I do like that. And, he was crushing, 38 every game in the beginning of the year before his knee injury. He's had a lot of knee swelling, a lot of knee problems. So I think he's back. I think he actually looks healthy when you watch him play. Eye test says he's, back to playing well, and he's facing a bottom 3 defense against small forwards in the Orlando Magic. So I definitely think, he's definitely live, and I will take the over of 38. Moving on to Vooch at 45. I'm going to avoid him at 45, honestly. Random fun fact of the day, Vooch is now the Magic player with the 8th most free throw attempts in history after last game. So fun little fact there, but, it's still going to make me avoid him. It's just that fact won't make me take him out for that over. I mean, he's been under 5 of his last 6, and which is pretty interesting. So maybe you're thinking I want to take the under, but it's a very good and it is a very good matchup. And Aaron Gordon is out with an ankle injury, but I don't know. It's just I'm going to avoid. It might up his production a little bit, but I'm still going to avoid for him. I'm not going to take under or over. So moving on, we have Kawhi Leonard at 45. Another person I'm going to avoid for consistency issues. I mean, this is dead even all around. It's an average defense he's playing against. He's been average in his production. When we're talking in terms compared to that projection of 45 points, I mean, in his last 10 games, he's been over that projection 5 times and under 5 times. So nightmare. You guys know when I talk about someone's last 10 games and they've been over as many as they're under, it's just a nightmare, and avoid that person. They're too consistently inconsistent, or inconsistently consistent, however you want to put it. So I will avoid him. Kevin Durant at 49. Someone I avoid sometimes. I like to avoid the Nets just because, there's so many super talented mouths to feed on that team that, you never really know who's going to have their I don't want to say big game, because they always have big games, all 3 of them. But that being said, I still usually avoid him. But Kevin Durant, I think, can get over 49. It's a bottom 10 defense. I think 49 is reachable for him. Like I said, it's a bottom 10 defense against small forwards. And, I just think he gets it done. You guys know also 70% consistency is usually my mark when I'm looking at someone's last 10 games. I need them to be 70% over or under for me to have a hard stance on it. And he's right on that line. He's been over in 7 of his last 10 games. So Kevin Durant will barely make the love list, and I will take the over. Moving on, we got Ja. Slight under here, I'm sorry, at 40 points for Ja. I mean, he had a couple big games. I remember he came out swinging at the beginning of the year. I think he had like an 80-point game or something ridiculous. But since he's been injured, a lot of players have stepped up when he was out, and I feel like it's still having residual effects on him and his performance. I mean, a lot of players are getting a lot of time, and not that his time and usage hasn't been okay, but we still haven't seen him really bounce back from that injury. And even with all the other injuries to his teammates, I'll still take the under, just a slight under for him, as well as he's fallen short of that mark 4 of his last 5. So it's enough consistency that I need to see, for me to, take the under. Not confidently, but, if you need to throw someone else in, I will take the under. We might not need it, to be honest. I've even got some decent hard stances, and I got a couple more down the line. So I know sometimes it seems like I give you 1 or 2 hard stances, a maybe, and then a lot of avoids, but there's some ones that pop out this slate. So, something to consider. We're looking at Sabonis at 45 points. Pretty easy under, in my opinion. I mean, he has been pretty trash lately. Even with solid minutes and usage, he's been under that 45-point mark 4 of his last 5 games, similar to Ja, which is something you obviously don't want to see for anything taking the over. But now he faces the #1 defense in the NBA against power forwards, so I think that's pretty easy under if he's been that consistently going under, and now he faces the best defense in the NBA. So definitely want to take the under on Sabonis. Looking at Damian Lillard at 52, I think that's too accurate. Plain and simple, 52 is just far too accurate for Dame. I think he hits under that more often than over probably, but that being said, he still hits the over just enough to be a thorn in the side and make me not want to take, a hard stance on that. So I will be avoiding Damian as usual. I feel like I haven't taken him yet this year, and will continue to do so. Last player on the slate, we're looking at Bradley Beal at 50 points. I'm going to take the under of Beal at 50 points, honestly. I mean, one more under for the night. I know this is probably the most unders I've ever had in a Prizepicks video, but, 50 is a lot, even for someone of his talent. And, he's been pretty cold hitting the over of that lately. He's actually only hit over 50 one of his last 5 games. Portland's defense is just good enough to cause him some problems too, and there's no major injuries that the Wizards have right now to really help him out and push his just a couple more touches, a little more usage out of his. Obviously, he's going to get a crap ton of time and usage anyway, but a little injury can help and go a long way. So that being said, there is none. So I will take the under on Bradley Beal. Okay, guys, that wraps up our video. Let me give you a quick rewind here and go over all the picks again. So Bradley Beal at 50, I will take the under. Damian Lillard at 52, I'm going to avoid. Sabonis at 45, I'm going to go under pretty confidently. Ja at 40, I will go under less confidently. Kevin Durant, I'm going to go over at 49. Kawhi, I'm going to avoid at 45. Vooch at 45, I'm going to avoid it as well. And Pascal, I'm going to go over at 38. So those are my picks, guys. There'll be a couple more that they add before the slate locks. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know TJ and Matt have been crushing the NBA every single night. So if you want to tune in for Draftkings, there's live questions before lock. They are always going live, basically every single night, I believe. So please tune into them, ask them some questions. You guys know I got MMA back this week, February 6th. So definitely look out for that. We're going to have some awesome fights on that card, and we have the Super Bowl, so I am super psyched to go over that. I'm going to do some NFL prize picks. I might just start hammering out some videos, just, I don't even care if I do NBA too. I might just start giving you guys some random NFL videos because I'm super excited for that game. So thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, let's cash.